The semiconductor chessboard is dramatically reshuffling, and the United States may not hold the king's position much longer. In a bold move shaking the foundations of global tech dominance, ARM's strategic pivot away from the U.S. market and towards China heralds a seismic shift in the semiconductor industry. Could this decision mark the beginning of a new era where China leapfrogs into technological supremacy? Stay tuned as we delve into the intricacies of this unfolding story where innovation, geopolitics, and corporate strategy collide. In the semiconductor industry, the United States has long been a dominant force, with companies like Intel, Qualcomm, and Nvidia holding significant market shares. However, the landscape is shifting as China begins to loosen itself from American constraints, posing a new challenge to U.S. semiconductor companies. ARM, a key player in chip architecture, has been instrumental in this change. Its technology is widely used across various sectors, such as smartphones, the Internet of Things, and cloud computing, controlling a large portion of the mobile processor market in 2020. The anticipated $40 billion acquisition of ARM by Nvidia faced obstacles due to antitrust reviews, leading to ARM's surprising decision to withdraw from the U.S. market. This move also involved ending chip licenses and technical support for American firms, while simultaneously strengthening ties with Chinese companies like Huawei and semic to promote the RISC-V architecture. This unexpected turn of events had significant repercussions in the global chip market. American semiconductor giants like Nvidia, Qualcomm, Apple, Intel, AMD, and Microsoft found themselves in a precarious position due to their reliance on ARM's technology. The loss of access to ARM's licenses could disrupt their chip design processes and even force them to discontinue certain product lines. ARM's decision was met with discontent not only from the British government, but also from the public, who saw it as a betrayal undermining British interests and reducing the nation's influence in the semiconductor industry. In this evolving landscape, China emerges as the primary beneficiary, with a focused effort to advance its semiconductor capabilities, particularly in response to U.S. sanctions on companies like Huawei and ZTE. China stands poised to capitalize on the changing dynamics, boasting the world's largest chip consumer market and robust manufacturing capabilities. China's main shortfall lies in chip design. However, ARM's decisions offer China a unique opportunity to leverage its technology more freely, facilitating deeper involvement in the development of the RISC-V architecture. This strategic move enhances China's competitiveness in the semiconductor industry. The RISC-V architecture, characterized by its open-source nature, presents a significant opportunity for innovation. Unlike the ARM architecture, which comes with patent and copyright restrictions, RISC-V allows for unrestricted modification and optimization to suit specific needs. This flexibility has attracted attention from chip companies and research institutions worldwide, including major players in China like Huawei, semic, Alibaba, and Tencent. China has already made notable progress in adopting the RISC-V architecture, as evidenced by products such as Huawei's Kunping processor, Alibaba's Hongguang 800 processor, and the Longshan processor from the Institute of Computing Technology. These products have showcased impressive performance and efficiency. With ARM's collaboration, China gains access to more expertise and resources in the RISC-V architecture, fostering a conducive environment for further innovation and breakthroughs in the semiconductor domain. It's noteworthy that following ARM's decision to halt supplies to Chinese firms, including Huawei, Qualcomm has gradually distanced itself from the ARM ecosystem and ventured into competition with ARM in the RISC-V domain. This shift has intensified ARM's challenges in its mobile segment, as it continues to lose key clients while facing mounting pressure from emerging open-source architectures. Underlining this development's significance, Micron CEO Mehrotra recently led a delegation to China, where he met with China's Minister of Commerce, Wang Wentao. Accounts of the meeting suggest that Wang expressed China's commitment to further liberalizing and optimizing the foreign investment environment, extending a warm invitation to Micron to deepen its presence in the Chinese market, with the stipulation of compliance with Chinese laws and regulations. The visit by Micron CEO is widely regarded as a significant gesture, especially considering Mehrotra's prior meeting with the Ministry of Commerce on July 19th. This marked the second interaction between Micron and Chinese authorities, interpreted as an effort by Micron's leadership to extend goodwill towards China. It's important to note that in May 2023, China's Cyberspace Administration announced that Micron's products sold in China had failed cybersecurity assessments. Consequently, it mandated key information infrastructure operators to cease using Micron's products. Surprisingly, despite this setback, Micron proceeded with plans to expand its investment in China. In June, the company announced a planned investment of 4.3 billion yuan over the next few years to expand its chip packaging and testing facility in Xi'an, China. Mehrotra stressed that this investment underscores Micron's commitment to its Chinese operations and the strong support from its mainland Chinese team. Per data from Bloomberg, mainland China and Hong Kong combined contributed a significant fraction, accounting for 1/10 of Micron's total revenue in the previous year, equating to a noteworthy $7.7 billion, or about 54 billion yuan. Micron had foreseen that the ban could lead to a loss of half of its revenue in China, emphasizing the undeniable significance of the Chinese market for the company. The recent visit to China by CEO Mehrotra likely denotes an acknowledgement of the severity of the situation. Given China's suspension of Micron's product procurement for several months, this visit offers an opportunity to elucidate the situation and extend a gesture of goodwill. Nevertheless, it's worth noting that Micron's actions seem to challenge the stance of the Biden administration. Presently, the administration is actively pressuring China in the technology sector. While American companies have been reacting to China's retaliatory measures, they are also concurrently engaging with China and expanding their investments. This stands in stark contrast to the current stance of the Biden administration. Essentially, China's initial measures against Micron primarily targeted products sold within China rather than American companies as a whole. From China's viewpoint, the core stance remains one of seeking mutually beneficial cooperation. It is the U.S., especially in high-tech sectors, such as semiconductors, that has been escalating pressure on China, prompting the need for countermeasures. China's actions against Micron can be seen in the light of the U.S. being viewed as the adversary rather than American corporations collectively. Should the U.S. refrain from causing tangible harm to Chinese companies, it's less likely that American corporations would become the primary targets. Both American companies and China share competitive and cooperative dynamics in the current U.S.-China relations landscape. Acknowledging China's perspective and reciprocating with goodwill is imperative for the U.S. However, it's improbable that the U.S. will readily abandon its efforts to hinder China's chip development in order to maintain its leadership position. In recent months, American policymakers have consistently urged the U.S. government to restrict the sale of advanced chips and chip tools to China. Nevertheless, this approach has inadvertently accelerated China's rise in the semiconductor industry. Analysts suggest that steady advancements are the most effective response to American suppression within China's semiconductor industry. As China progresses in specific technology domains, it will compel the U.S. to make concessions amidst this semiconductor competition. Enterprises, particularly American semiconductor firms, bear the brunt of this dynamic. Will China's moves lead to a new global leader, or will the U.S. retain its dominance? Feel free to share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section below. Don't forget to become a part of the Revel Discovery community by hitting that subscribe button to stay informed about the latest technological advancements and innovations. Remember, as we delve into the realm of technology, the possibilities are limitless, and the future is filled with exciting discoveries. Keep exploring.